All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are just about to gear up for Ascension number 4's second group, Group B. We have a different set of players here, two of which are Zerg, so we're going to be seeing Zerg debut into the tournament. I'm just going to go ahead and ask the homies whether or not they are interested in giving me a number. Say... Go ahead and run the random.org. See which number we got. Ooh, that's a hard one to guess, actually. All right. Okay. We got some good first guesses. Wait for Shambler to chime in. Just waiting on Shambler to sign off and tell us what's going on in his neck of the woods. I mean, it's really unlikely that he guesses a number that's better than these two, so I think we're going to have a repeat of the first group, where the two underdogs duke it out against each other first thing. So we will see. I'll give him a couple more minutes and then we'll get started. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and host our first map. We did see some interesting plays in the previous group, but honestly, I'm still waiting for the Zerg here.
A fucking crow is calling me.
Calling.
Caw.
What's up, dude?
I just ate. I literally just finished.
Yeah,
Go
me
across
too,
the bowl
actually.
here.
Oh, shit. I mean, I brought my plate back to the kitchen, but that's a lot of work, I know.
Yeah, it's too much work to get out. I got murder to watch.
Either way, we do have Enoz and HelltRYKS. HelltRYKS is making his competitive debut as Terran, and Enoz is making his competitive debut, period. So we're going to see
I
some
always read
fresh
his
faces.
name as Enozlliks. Enzo from the reboot series. And then Lex, as in HydroLex. As in Ricky Honajase, who is French. I hope this man is also French to complete the circle of me.
I mean, that would be ideal. But I'm not sure. Isn't it
So
true that
damn
Ricky
hot.
Honajasi isn't even French? He's French-Canadian.
Yes, he's French-Canadian, the most Frenchiest of the French.
The beverage,
Not
for those
really
asking, is Monster Peach. I fucking love butts. All right, boys.
You love butts.
I love butts. Love me some Officer Butts. Maybe we'll see that at a HelltRYKS because he is Terran and he does like nukes.
Wow, look who it is. Who decided to stop typing and join the game?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to post the evidence that I didn't rig the random number generator or whatever, so that's that. It was 49. All right, let's get it on. We're going in on Group B, Swarm selected, but there's a Terran now because Keen couldn't make it, so Enoz will be the Zerg torchbearer for this particular match, and he's going up against HelltRYKS, who's playing as Terran. And I asked him, he's an emergency sub or whatever, I asked him, buddy, what race are you going to be? Are you going to be Protoss again? And he's like, well, I haven't had time to play with the new tech tree, so I'm going to be Terran instead. So we're going to see what kind of wild antics he's getting up to as he starts to harvest gas a little bit later than Enoz.
So, I don't know anything about Enon, however you pronounce his name.
Mm-hmm.
I know he showed up recently. I think he's been playing a fair bit.
Yeah, as of very
he's-
lately, he's been grinding against the AI. He's played a couple of games with me and HelltRYKS and I. So.
Did HelltRYKS annihilate him, or did he annihilate HelltRYKS?
Oh, it was AI games, so we were all on the
Oh.
same team.
Okay, that doesn't really answer the question, though. Did you annihilate HelltRYKS?
I think I did my best to carry, but it was not enough. That's what I'll say.
Well, maybe this will be an even match then.
Yeah, I think so.
You never know. So, it's actually gonna. You called it a high drift, then? No, not a hydroc, but a high drift.
Yeah, that's right. We renamed all the structures that needed to be renamed, and the Hydrith just got updated because, it didn't really tell you much about the structure. So now that the suffix is different. But
I will read it as high drift, as in
Yeah.
the Hydralisks are drifting.
yeah, of course, on snowbanks or something,
And
right?
they're
Snowboarding.
lowriders. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, you'll notice that it's not called a Gorgrel Swamp if we get to Tier 2, and that's something that Enoz ends up going for, because it's actually called the Bactith Swamp, because it makes Bactylisks, among other things.
Back to school swamp, because it's back to school
There it is.
holidays.
Hey, the workers met in the middle, but no kisses were exchanged, and a very late reaction from HelltRYKS. But he is going for a stockade first. His first Cyprian.
It's
Oh my
Ahmed.
god! Oh my god, dude! This is the opposite of Benno. This man is the anti-Benno. His first Cyprian is marching across the map.
He has awoken to the power of the Holy Ahmed as well.
Oh,
Oh, no!
no.
Let the troll that is pulling him back. Oh!
Okay, we've got a game on our hands, boys. The first military unit is a Skither Corps. It's waypointed across the map, so it won't save him. What else do we got? We canceled the unit,
We got a
and
second Skither Corps.
we've got
We got
yes,
a Hydra.
guys, Zerg here. Okay, in Cosmonarchy
Zerg
Brew War,
here.
the eggs can cancel back into larvae. You don't lose them. They don't explode. Isn't that a great quality of life feature? I
Yeah,
think so.
larvae just don't suddenly collapse up their own asshole and cease to exist.
Well, this Skither Core is not the first one, and I'm not sure that HelltRYKS will expect that. So this could be a little bit silly, but he is building a watchdog and does have an
It's
Ahmed
okay.
to oversight,
He has Ahmed to ride the Skither Core into the sunset.
Yeah.
This is
This is already a funny game.
this is gonna be a little different than the last. Oh,
okay.
The watchdog finished though.
It did finish, and he's not going to get that Mason kill. But he killed the other Mason. But did he notice that there is a unit coming? Okay,
Did
that's
you
a
notice
circuit.
that Ahmed is charging fast forward into his base.
He needs to micro this
Sing the
Hydra back.
Hydra
Ahmed
steps
will
this
beat this.
way.
Ahmed is 100% going to win this fight if there's no micro. Okay,
Run,
never mind.
run,
You can't run from Ahmed.
Ahmed. Your drawlets are on fire.
Oh my god, he almost got a kill there. That was really surprising.
Almost.
Oh wait, the Cyprian in the right, top right. There's some
The
slap
Cyprian's
fighting.
been chasing a Droleth around the entire time instead of assisting his friends.
Don't worry,
But
he's
it's okay.
taking a
He's
stance.
coming. He's coming.
Oh, actually, that's Skither Core was already
you killed
wounded.
Skither Core, huh?
Yeah, no, the Hydras scramble for it. Okay, you know what? Honestly,
It was close.
this is a funny game. So
This
strap
was
yourself
a bloodbath right off the gate.
Yeah, I like this. This is a different look. This is not how you normally see
Ahmed
this
raced
played.
across the map on his high heels and just about slaughtered half of his workers, in addition to a Hydra. Oh,
Yeah.
there is a Cyclops. We're going to see all kinds of wild maneuvers.
Okay, another one coming. An anchor almost done.
An
Worker count's
expansion coming up,
incredibly low for 4 minutes into the game. I just want to point that out.
It's okay. It's okay. It's building another hatch rods. Build additional workers.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah, he seems to be doing that. He's sending his units across the map, so this is good for general tempo and such. Oh man, Shambler must be cackling to himself
There's
watching.
another watchdog here. Listen, Shambler better watch out.
Yeah.
He's about to get dethroned here. He's about to get destroyed.
Hold on, let's see what the reaction time is
wait,
from either of our players. All right, Enos is the first one on there. He does kill the Cyclops, so no more anti-air crowd
Cyclops did
control.
do a bit of damage, but
Ahmed.
Ahmed.
Now, if the Cyprian
He
can
was
get up that
intimidated
ramp,
by Ahmed. He
Yeah.
has to take time back to gather his morale.
Yeah.
If you don't gather your morale, if you don't push the button, your units do not do more damage.
Oh
You gotta
yes,
push
that was the hero
mode
button.
The hero button.
Dude.
Keep pushing it.
Yeah. Some real
can't believe that's
wacky
real.
mechanics in RTS games, allegedly RTS games.
Yeah, the absolute psychosis.
Something I didn't mention in the previous set that we had for Group A is that Cyprians cost 50 gas a pop now. So that was a change a while
they're
ago. And that,
expensive.
yeah, that's 50 minerals, 50 gas. So they're cheaper on the minerals than they used to be. But obviously
Ahmed
quite
is
pricey.
hiding in the corner waiting. Thirsty.
He sees him in the
tries
distance.
to brave that ramp, there will be Ahmed.
His Ahmed sense is tingling. Oh, Ahmed immediately just said, "No, you
Ahmed
moved an
charges
inch.
forward.
I'm gonna
Ahmed
back
waits
you
for
up."
No man.
The sheer
an
respect
effort anyways.
Ahmed generates is beautiful. I do love it.
There was an effort, you know. He had the willpower.
Oh, look at
And,
this. We have a
I-
Zorkas coming for Enzo. And Enos, sorry. And you said
hugging
Enzo and you brutalized my
Enzo,
brain.
Enos.
He's like,
I-
at least you don't say Enzo like everybody else. Well, sorry, buddy. I failed you.
You know, I think I saw him mention that, and I just had to corrupt.
Yeah.
It's my destiny and my duty. Well, that Skith died. What a shame. What a rotten way to die. The Zerg really doesn't want to brave this ramp. It'll be disgusting.
Yeah, there's a lot of
That's it.
Cyprians here.
Ooh,
So many of them are
Better
so
run.
close to death, so he really has to be careful here. But that Cyclops is charging. Yeah, it was one shot. That was pretty good play from Enos there. He knew. He's like, all right, this guy's being a little risky with his units there.
Oh, he's getting men. Big man. A big man has arrived. Big man duels little man. Big man slings corn dogs at little man. They both walk away.
Oh yes, but another Cyclops was
Like in a
right for
kung
the
fu
taking.
match, they bow and leave.
Yeah. Well, the Zorkas is just about done, so we could see Lekizalisk
Hugs.
drops, or is it going to be the Gorger Core? Let's find out.
Well, there's a star pad coming, so I'm presuming that's going to go for an Anseal, but you never know. He could go Wraiths.
He's trying to frontline with the Cyclops. He needs some Harakans, really, for that purpose, but...
The large man was already well wounded from his duel,
Mm-hmm.
so he has to retreat with his cohort of snakes.
Oof,
Yeah.
one of them does get bopped on the way out, so...
Mm.
I
Might
think
pick
that
up Big
Izira
Man.
Core is going to get... Yeah, as soon as they transition to the low ground, there's going to be some room there. Yeah, one more shot. Oh, if he had kept moving, maybe, but... Just a little bit too lackluster. Okay, well, this is the point where you can go into Lekizalisk and you can hold most of these shots. In fact,
Yes,
you
two of
know,
them.
this is where the AI game that Lollerskates and I played alongside Enos might help him out. Because I was, you know, I reminded Lollerskates that Lekizalisks existed. So maybe that's going to be enough here as well.
Oh, get in that surround. Maybe not necessary, but you know what? Establish his dominance.
Yeah, he move commanded and still won the fight. So
You
that's
surround
what
him
he wants
with beef. That's how you do it.
to- Yeah. I'm guessing people's money is on the Zerg here. You know, everybody loves a Zerg. Nobody loves a Terran. That
Well,
seems to
there
be
is
the
an
case.
Anseal coming, so I think HelltRYKS is not out of the game. He's
No, yeah.
if he can use his Anseal, he's gonna bring in Ahmed and absolutely terrifying.
Well, the Lekizalisks aren't even burrowed right now, so there's an opportunity here
killing
for
him.
him to at least bop a couple of these. Yeah, he pushes both of them away immediately and deals some pretty good damage to the front line. Hydralisk gets rallied out in the wrong spot, and yeah, that's your first initial move. Does he throw his Anseal up there? Yes, he does. A couple idle workers as well. Yeah, this is a real low worker count game. I feel like the macro is slipping for both of our players right and early, and a treasury coming
least
out for
they're rich.
HelltRYKS, so... That's going to mean that he's not going to have worker production queues from his natural, right? So this is kind of an old-fashioned way to go for it. And yes, indeed, you know, this is going for a kind of a cheeky location for that. You know, you'd expect it to be on the high ground. So he's already playing with expectations.
appreciate it. It's in a dumb place. That's why I appreciate it. Maybe bottom right would have been dumber and better.
Yeah, paradoxically better because it's dumber. Ahmed is not on the front here, but maybe it doesn't matter too much. And the NCL is providing detection, but a lot of the front line is still there. Not really a great split from HelltRYKS' army, but Ahmed charges forward and burns down multiple of those particular HelltRYKS, and their second Enozlliks is also down. Has to withdraw to the static defense. Oh. There's a counter slap.
He trimmed down the Zerg's army, which was important, but there
comes
are
Ahmed.
some tentacles there. And Ahmed charges forward.
I love Ahmed.
And the Zerg also charges forward, kind of like an Ahmed.
It leaves
Now
behind
runs away,
droppings.
but
oh, he's actually pulled the Goliath. This is not bad.
The Goliath. Oh, no.
Oh, no. That was a lot of money.
The Cyprian's going to get tickled.
Absolutely shotgunned. No sustain here for
get...
this army, so it's pretty spooky to stick
There's a
around.
second Anseal.
He's powering up. A lot of Cyprians are coming out of these stockades, 2 at a time. That's 100 gas a pop every time he gets a macro cycle. And that's just for his infantry, right? If he adds Cyclops to that, I add another 25.
There's feet. The feet have lifted off.
Oh, here we go.
The feet are en route.
He's not aware of this third base yet, and workers have not been able to transfer out because of the position that HelltRYKS is in. So that part of this is looking pretty good for him. The only real question in mind is...
This Anseal could get picked.
Oh, it could. Well, it's only now running out of energy there, so... Oh, he's still not microing it. Yeah, that's a very lackadaisical response there. He actually pulled the rest of his army down to try to punish, but he's only going to be getting a couple Hydras for his efforts. Oh no, Ahmed. Oh, he defended. He protected Ahmed for quite a while there, actually. The rest of his army wasn't there to capitalize on it. But I'm surprised that HelltRYKS is making such headway with such a scrappy force. He's trying to show you that you can play Terran aggressively. He's tired of Benno.
It's the tricks, man. But all of his units are looking a little tickled up.
Yep.
The Zerg just, I don't know, dumps all of his money into like tier 2 or something right now. It's he's in a pretty good spot to do so. Or he could just build like 12 or more Hydras.
He has so much money. What is he going to do?
Contemplating.
Okay, it's going to be Hydras out of 2 out of his 3. No? Okay, yeah, those are workers. All right. He has a 4th macro hatch as well. He's going to try to go for an engagement. There's still a decent amount of crowd control here. But Ahmed's dead again, so no front line anymore.
It's curious that with the Gorgol, he went for Zeruthalets when he already had a front line.
Yeah,
when he could have made hugging and just hugged him to death.
Yeah, maybe he wanted to save his gas. He is starting to get his look at where he's building his tier 3. I mean tier 2, sorry. He's building it at his 3rd base. That was the cheat.
Oh, that. I like that.
Yeah.
It's just over there somewhere. It'll never get scouted. It doesn't even exist. So it's safe.
Honestly, I like this guy. I like the cut of this guy's jib.
He's got balls. I like men with balls.
Yeah, bigger the better. He's going to charge the front. Speaking of balls, geez, he's going to charge that. I don't know about that one.
He's getting some big men, but he's got to wait for the big man before he charges into the big man hole.
Well, making some more Enozlliks, or at least one more.
HelltRYKS is making blackjacks.
Yeah, he's got a scrap here back at home.
No sign of another expansion or tier 2 in sight for him. He does, however, have a Trojan with some Ahmed and some Cyprians. He's going to lift off his stockades.
I think he's adding a Vestry to at least one of these, right? No, I guess not.
No, he's playing musical chairs or jumping jacks or something.
Yeah, making sure that they've, their feet get their workout.
He needs to increase his production, make an expansion now that he's got the Zerg, presumably contained. Evidently, that's not really going to be the case for very long.
Quasith pool coming out.
Try to push his advantage, but instead he's making. He's making Ahmed, so he's on the right side of history there. But there is no additional. It's like 2 wraiths and no more structures. No, never mind. He is building an expand. No, he stopped. No, now he's back at it. Okay, we're doing it.
We are experiencing no technical difficulty.
This is it. I love it. This is what I do. They've learned from the best. I've passed on the torch, the Tism torch.
Yeah, dude.
I'm glad that they have decided to suckle from the breast of insanity.
I did tell you I was going to raise my children on your LPs. Well, I think these are kind of counting in the same way.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
You're their surrogate crow father.
Well, there is a Backtith swamp on the way. The Hydra thing is nearly done completed. And in that sense...
The second those morph, he can just stay and move. He is going to have so many more... there's a lot of Ahmed, but... He has enough Hydras and enough money that he can just make a lot of Bactylisks and a lot of units.
Ooh, the Wraith actually just scouted the 3rd and the tech. That could be the big moment right there. That is
You never
psychotech
know.
indeed, Shambler. I agree.
The Trojan is coming. What
Oh,
if
boy.
Ahmed sets it on fire?
I think it's gonna happen, dude.
But maybe he sees all the basilisks and he realizes that this
I
is
can't
going to be
believe he
goofy.
expanded there.
This
Here we
is
go!
gonna be Here.
It's
Here we
time!
go.
You got no
Ahmed
air
has
units.
arrived.
You can't really leave your base very well. Oh, I say that, but the basilisks are on the way, and some Nathricors did get made. But this base, all the workers are getting roasted.
Oh, they're coming. They're coming. He's going to try to intercept this, and you know it's on a move command. Oh, the Anseal charges forward. The Anseal withdraws.
Oh no! Wait, he could have just killed him.
The Mason survives for a long time. Oh, he's retreating. Back to defeat. Oh,
Yes, the feet are helping. This fight is not going Enos' way just yet, but the
Hydras
basilisks
are
can
getting
start to.
melted by the Cyclops and shit.
Yeah, now
he
they're
took
gonna.
a lot of damage.
No, the
Oh,
tech.
no, the tier 2. It's
Oh,
on
boy.
fire. You gotta save it.
I think
Ahmed.
he won't lose it, but this is way closer than it could have been. I am.
Is he gonna go?
I'm.
He's bracing. He could lose
No.
the Bacillus
No.
too for this.
No. No.
No,
No.
no,
No. Oh, Ahmed. Wait, what? You can't say GG. You got so much money. Wow. Excuse me? Question mark? He won though. Like he would have won. He could have just A moved.
We were all winners.
Oh my goodness!
Oh
All
my
right.
goodness.
All right. Well, I have to collect myself for a second, but then... All right, Shambler, go ahead and select map 2. Why don't you?
Brace yourself, Shambler. I told you this is the day you're gonna be knocked down. It's already begun.
That
The
was an experience.
Oh man, that was a game. Just think of all the times Kian killed my tier 2 in that one match, and I had to stick it in weird places and just tech up again. There's some real flashbacks going on here.
Well, it will be Nightfall. That's where we ended the last group. So we'll check out this one.
It's the Nightfall for a Zerg. Prepare yourself. You will all be expunged like the heathenous monsters you are. Now for this match, Shambler can build nothing but Droleths.
All right, dude, get out of here. Dude, you're
Oh,
not even a
shit,
part of the
it's
tournament.
Nicholas.
What the hell? That was a game.
That was a game.
That was an experience.
There
All
was
right,
some
boys.
real investment in that game. There was some real back and forth in that game. You never knew what was going to happen down to the very end. What more could you want out of a game but a good story?
I'm speechless. All right. Are you speechless enough to ready check? What an experience. We'll wait for
I got you,
HelltRYKS to-
HelltRYKS. You got this.
All right, we're entering
Take this
match
man to the pub
2.
and beat him up.
I have to agree with that sentiment. HelltRYKS is now 1-0. Will he be able to defeat the Shambler? Really, I want to see what Shambler has to say, right? He is the group favorite. He should be pretty comfortable here. He's going to take a look at HelltRYKS, and is he going to cheese this man? I mean, we don't see any gas harvesting.
HelltRYKS 4-0.
So... we don't see any gas harvesting, so this could go Quazath. It really depends on what
I don't
Shambler
know. I
wants to
think
do.
Shambler is just gonna like proxy Hatchross Kim or something like that. I mean, maybe you can't because he showed he's actually really, really aggressive early on. So maybe like a proxy Hask might be too greedy. But maybe if he just starts typing, then he'll
I
like
was
have
gonna say,
Optimus in his face and he won't even build
He's
anymore.
already started the typing. Yeah, it's going to be almost certainly a Quazath here. We'll wait for him to confirm that for us. It was surprising. Yeah, so if Enos is watching the stream, we'll do our best to explain. You were fine. Your tier 2 being sniped was whatever.
You had the
but...
tier 2 production building.
Yeah, you had the tech, so you could still
make Bactylisks.
Yeah, exactly.
All you had to do was make more Bactylisks. See what you would have won.
Yeah. GG, dude. So, yeah, no need to GG in that situation. You had so much money. All good.
You gotta watch out. One game I had against Keen where I lost my entire main base like twice in a row, plus all the tech, and still managed to pull out of it. But, look, it's Ahmed.
Is it Ahmed?
It's Ahmed.
It's Ahmed. He's chilling.
It's Ahmed.
He's not done yet, but, you know, he's chilling.
Ahmed does not chill. Ahmed is not a chill person.
We'll see if he allows entry to the scroll.
Oh, here it comes.
He's the bouncer.
Here it comes.
Oh my goodness. Shambler denied the scout from the Ahmed first. Or is he? Or is he? No, he does ring around the rosy. Ahmed not prepared for such elaborate maneuvers.
Ahmed's not very good on his legs, but he's putting in his all.
Ah, got him. Ahmed first. Yeah, true. Nah, dude.
Shambler says this is worker idols. Oh no, it's gnats. Here comes the gnats.
Oh my goodness.
All he has to build is a watchdog and he's safe.
He's building more Ahmeds.
Build a watchdog. The secret
this is
star
all right.
pad.
This is the fastest game imaginable right here, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to watch.
You gotta build the watchdog, please. Please build the watchdog. You can stop this.
He's not gonna.
You can stop this.
This is. I'm afraid.
This is supposed to be your 4-0.
I'm afraid to tell you. Oh, it's only 2 gnats. I mean, what's he gonna do?
Oh, they're tickling.
They're not that OP. Oh, Ahmed's here.
Hey, they have a melee attack effect now. Hey, look at that. They slap you with their. Oh, that's lewd.
Yeah, they hit you in the head with your tail. There's still no watchdog, but.
They need a slapping noise. And HelltRYKS. The Maverick has arrived. Here he goes. He's training them into the watchdog that is. Some fancy footwork.
He's got to really lay in some damage. And there's some more.
There's more.
He's training a Wraith. They're, unfortunately for HelltRYKS, Nathicores are more effective versus
yeah, well, look at the back of Shambler's base. This isn't over. It's only just begun. Yeah. Meanwhile, there are 3 Ahmeds running across the map towards Shambler.
All right, boys. We're about to see a real demon. I hope, you know, Enoz was saying earlier he's going to have some scheduling troubles. Well, I don't think so, buddy. I think this group is going pretty fast, actually.
Ahmed has completed. Ahmed needs to charge forward. The Ministry is escaping. Ahmed has found the expansion. Ahmed found some tickles. Ahmed just erased that Droleth. Just erased. Ahmed is also arriving in the main. The Ministry has landed. The Nathicores are doing their best to try to tickle this down. He could be running his workers across the map, taking them all. The Wraith is completed, by the way.
Yeah, it was just idle forever. All right. Okay, we did get a pretty solid, you know, that was a pretty good Ahmed game. Ahmed first.
If only he did what Benno does and build like a watchdog as a second building, just in the off chance it might be useful, it actually would have been very useful.
I know, yeah. Just a single watchdog changes that whole game. I did like the stockade in the back base and then building Ahmeds out of it. That was a pretty good
forced him to pull all his shit. He just about lost the other 2 quasis on top of it. That was exceedingly silly.
The silly is not over yet.
You should have just thrown Main Street on there just to see him pick it.
All right, it's going to be Otherworld for our next map. We don't allow anybody to observe unless they're actually in the group because that reduces the number of clients that are connected, which reduces the moment of Canada, which is essentially lag. So we reduce lag by doing it this way.
Yeah, we've had some good lag in this.
Yeah.
So
we tend to keep the number of
that
players.
As much as possible.
Yeah, we keep the number of active players in the game reduced. That's why the stream exists. You guys can take a look at my observing. It's great. Perfect.
Yeah, it's like having him breathing down your neck and you feel all the humidity collecting.
So we're just waiting on HelltRYKS if he wants to spectate or not. You spectating. He might not be familiar with
I think
the
he's
outrays.
unsheathing his katana is what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's serious now.
All right, ready, check, question mark. Okay.
We are going to see if ZVZ is still quote-unquote TISM. There was momentarily a rally line across the map.
Yes, even more graphics that don't get reloaded between matches. Okay, boys, we have Enoz in the bottom right of the map that he chose. He is the bronze Zerg, no comment on his rank. And in, of course, the top right, we have Shambler. This is Otherworld by myself. Last map was Nightfall by Veek. Don't forget Veek 7, he's a pretty cool guy.
Well, Shambler is urine colored, so...
What's that say about his
If only you were copper and you destroyed all life, then none of the bacteria from the urine would get on you. Then you could endure the onslaught of the TISM.
I could see somebody complaining.
Quaz again?
It looks like it, not from Enoz, but from Shambler. I think he's just going to Quaz rush until proven otherwise. You know what I mean? Like,
May as well.
You know, can he just absolutely
tickle.
win every match super easily, super fast? Because, you know, he's... Oh, no. Oh, dear. I think Enoz thinks this is an XY map, or he's macro expansion in the top left or some, like, lunacy. I'm not sure what's going on, because his worker is rallied in a very different location than it probably needs to be.
Yeah, he was just going home. He's going to encounter the urine worker. One of those people. They cross paths.
It'll be Zork's first. I like the balls on this guy, but against a Quaz, I think this is probably the biggest mismatch of the Zerg build openers.
Yeah, this is perfect. There's no flaws here at all. Get him! Get him!
Oh my
Get
god,
that
he pulled
piece of shit!
5 workers to try to deal with that problem.
Oh, he tried to get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. There you go.
That's all you need.
There you go.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Send that piece of shit packing. He did alter his worker path. No, never mind. He is going...
He didn't spot the Kagra either way.
Way home.
Doesn't this look strange?
Where is my dude going?
Just select him, bro. What are you doing?
Just select him. He's going home.
Maybe he's talking about another dude.
I don't know.
Does he think it's fine? He's like, well, whatever, wherever he wants to go, I guess.
Whatever.
I was going to scout a different location, but...
He's got his own destiny to walk. Alright, the Zorkis is completed. There are 2 Naths en route. If he makes a Gorgacore, he could get it before all of his workers are dead.
I think this is just going to be a...
It
is a Gorg.
Okay.
Okay.
En route.
But, you know, it's going to take a while for that to finish, and the Nats are already...
Now, he has to know from the last match that, you know, this it's going to happen again.
He can just burrow. He can burrow.
Yeah, just burrow.
He doesn't know to burrow. Just
Push
burrow.
the button.
Burrow, bro.
Push button.
Burrow, bro.
Push it.
And not
Or
Bill.
drag him away. You know, that kind of
works. Oh, that actually works pretty well for the Nats. It forces your opponent to have some focus. And actually, it looks bad, but they are even workers, so... Yeah.
Okay, Gorgacore has... Wait, what? They changed. They're different.
Their anti-air attack no longer splashes.
Okay.
So they're not as
absolutely
effective.
destroyed.
Yeah. If Shambler
Annihilated.
is wise to that, he might just go ahead and go for it. I think Enoz
I
is
don't know.
realizing...
Naths could work out here.
Yes, yeah,
Let's see. It's 3 range. But, I mean, they have 2 armor. So, they're not terrible still.
He's figured out where Shambler is.
Yeah, I would get confused by this map, too. I thought it was a 4-player map looking at the thing, too. 'Cause I never played on it.
No, this is 2-player. But there's too many...
there's too many.
Nats, I
A
think.
spore sprays would have been good.
Yeah. And the focus fire also could have been better.
Yeah, one of them was really, really low. One down. Got him. Got him. They're very, very low.
I think this is... Yeah, I mean, a lot of them are really low, but it doesn't really matter because he's not burrowing and he's not migrating his workers. Now he is, a little bit.
Oh.
Doing his best.
Have arrived.
His focus is on the Kagran, but it's not going to get canceled, so he doesn't get his worker back, which is pretty bad. At the same
Okay,
time,
he endures.
Shambler, okay, he's got an expansion coming, so he's going to have to dedicate some of his... Oh, the problem is he has
Oh
more
my
larvae.
god, there's so many of them. Can he endure the lash of the spanking?
There is no enduring.
There's so many. There's so many.
It's just a Nath rush, boys.
He needed to spray it way sooner than that.
Yeah. Or maybe Izira cores, but that's a different tech structure, right? So he got perplexed by the map. GG. And Shambler is just going to encourage some typing. All right.
Listen, the longer you stay in the game and keep him typing, the sooner the chances he hits that one hockey combo that quits you out of the game. And then the match is yours.
That's true.
We're getting raided.
Oh, we got a couple of people coming in from Calder's stream. Welcome. Thank you, guys. Just closed out some very, very fast matches. They were entertaining at the very least, we'll say.
They were silly.
Yeah. We'll wait for...
They were definitely silly.
Wait for HelltRYKS to select the next map. Yeah, there I think a lot of it was down to familiarity with the map, but also Zorkis is a really risky opener. And when Shambler just went Quaseth, you have to factor that into your decision making.
You really needed a Spraith right away.
Yeah.
If you tanked him on the Spraith with the Gorgs, you can at least delay for a while. But once he started stacking them up, you couldn't keep up with it. It wasn't going to happen. Gorgs used to be god tier in that, but they got fixed up because they were a little tismy when you had a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, the idea is basically similar to the Hippogriff change, right? Which makes it so that their anti-air weapon isn't splash. It makes it so that there is a weakness to the unit in when, you know, you kind of have to acknowledge as a designer that any unit that can stack infinitely in terms of space can scale infinitely then, and so it should definitely have some kind of weakness. Now, in theory, the fact that you're stacked is supposed to be a weakness, but in practice, that doesn't always end up happening. So, we'll do a ready check here.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's in the Hippogriff's case, it's really about the range and the overlapping damage and such. In the Gorogora's case, they're easier to counter, but a lot of those counters are later on in the tech when they're at that huge number.
Absolutely, yeah. But we didn't get to see a very large number, so we'll just study Shambler's play here on the bottom left of Nitro Valley. He's the purple Zerg, and he's up against the yellow Terran of HelltRYKS in the bottom right.
HelltRYKS literally stole his skin and donned him with donned himself with it.
It's the same color as before, that's right.
It's going to happen again. He's going to destroy Shambler.
Caw. So,
He'll don himself in the purple flash next.
HelltRYKS, well, I think he has played on this map before, so he should have some familiarity. Don't say XD. And then, obviously, the last time we saw this map being played, this map is Nitro Valley by Night of the Realm. Night of the Realm Tro Valley, actually, is what it should be called, but that's too long, so we shortened it. But obviously, this was a cross spawn the last time around, so obviously this time we're seeing a different look. We'll see what ends up happening.
Do you think it's going to be Ahmed first again?
I think it has to be. It's stockade. It's
pretty
pretty fast.
Maybe he'll
stockade.
go Cyprian first because no, he was going to mine gas.
He has
He
has 2 gas shy of a Cyprian. So
I thought he might get Cyprian first, expecting the same thing to happen. I mean, it's Quaz again. So
yeah,
a Cyprian first would not be a bad call here, but you can go Ahmed and make a watchdog in that case. But
yeah, maybe HelltRYKS is wary. And look at this, he's actually cross-scouting first, so that's interesting. It's not something you see too often.
Never know, they might proxy hatch in the middle of the map.
I'm still waiting for somebody to do that, and Shambler would be the somebody to do that.
All right, he's got the gas. He's got the juice. It will be a Cyprian and a watchdog.
Okay, well, this is like a very safe stockade-oriented opener, so it's not really anything that we've never seen before.
So it is going to be Naths again. So those are going to be right out.
Right. Now, the main thing is that they can not really harass the gas workers. If you mouse over the longbolt missile with shift, you can see that the range is covering the workers themselves. Maybe there's like a very hard pixel that you can like hold position over or something to deal with that, but I don't think so. I think the I think it would cover everything. So I don't think the Nats are going to be able to do anything with this excellent watchdog positioning here. And the Cyprian...
You don't want the Cyprian out in the front, though, because he can get picked off.
Yeah, the health between the Nathricors, right, it's 75 health per, so that's more than a Cyprian has anyway. But the Cyprian is going to go ahead and intercept the Droleth scout, so that's kind of interesting because it kind of silences Shambler's ability to scout the front of the base unless he wraps all the way around. Instead, one of his wounded Nathricors admittedly will be popped here if they go in and find the Cyprian. No cause today, he says. Yeah, Shambler actually has to be a little bit cautious about this, but he doesn't
destroying the Quas pool with his Mason, but he actually pulled away from it. And you know what?
Oh,
it's going to happen again.
I hope so.
Mark my words.
He's got a lot of money. Again. He could do it right now.
He does.
It's happening. Stockade. All right.
Why is the Cyprian going to the top right when he already knows where Shambler is?
I actually don't know. I think maybe he ordered that before he knew where Shambler was, and then he never corrected it. That's my guess.
Maybe.
He's adding more stockades, but he only has one Cyprian back at home. He's starting to add some Mavericks. This is okay. Like, the Nathricor swarm can overwhelm a couple of individual Cyprians. It's when they start getting into garrisons that they get a bit scary.
He's hard swapping to Zorkis, so
yeah,
he might go straight for Gorg.
All right, holding within answer. Trading one Cyprian for a Nath is very, very beneficial for Shambler. The value of each Nathricor is estimated at 25 of each resource because you get 2 per egg and they cost... Well, actually, they cost a bit more on the minerals side, so that's not true. But they cost 50 gas, so...
Ahmed is en route.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is when you see that your opponent is going Naths, you know, do you really want to build only Hurricanes? It can still be effective.
You can put a turret back there. And then he tries to kill you, and then suddenly there's a turret there, and they ask, why is there a turret? Oh. All right. There's some Tism.
That Cyprian could get some more damage out, but it looks like the stutter stepping is actually a little bit...
Trying to micro the Cyprian is like trying to micro a bucket of lard.
Mm-hmm. Very, very slow.
It's okay, though. He didn't need that Cyprian anyway. He has a better plan in motion.
Yeah, there's a couple of Hurricanes down here. Ahmed will certainly charge forth shortly. You guys heard of Firebats, but Hurricanes are much more Chadlier. You can tell just by looking at them. A pretty good stack of bio over here is going to eliminate that Nathricor Scout. There's another one patrolling to see for any drops, but you don't need drops when you got a stockade in your enemy's base. Yep. Shambler actually could be in a rough position here. He's not training any units. He's expanding, for going up to his 3rd base, but he doesn't really have that many units. All of his military are far away. So if the trigger gets pulled any time now, oh man, this is going to be hard for Shambler. He was going to
build something, but he ran out of money.
He's going to build a static defense. Yeah, Kagrant. Yeah, he's going to transfer workers.
And then he decided against it. That could be a fatal flaw that sees Shambler stomped into the ground.
Dude,
by
honestly,
the boot of Ahmed.
He is building a watchdog for anti-air defense too. I want to see him pull the trigger and just charge forth, blow up the Zorkis like instantaneously after all the workers are gone. We need to see it happen, dude. I don't know if HelltRYKS realizes it, but like he can't win a macro game at this stage because he's so far behind on money. He needs to equalize first at least, but he could do this. You know, this is a legit option for him. He can lift the watchdog even and put it underneath the gas or something. If he's going to build other units, he could add an anchor to this list. Like, this is pretty legit. Now, the problem is there's a Gorgor out now, right? He's waited a while. There's 2 Gorgor out, and they're fairly slow. So if they make it all the way across the map, that could be a pretty big, difference maker. But there's only one watchdog,
so that can some Maverick. He made a Maverick just in case. Now there's another Kegrin being built. That's probably going to turn into a circus.
Yeah, for anti-drop. Yeah.
He's getting wary about the silence.
Well, he's going to spot the move out here. That might encourage some of his Gorgor to make their presence known.
And they're going to pull back. He doesn't want to fight that up front. He doesn't have enough.
Oh man, I feel like HelltRYKS has waited too long, but technically he could just still
it's taking too long now.
Yeah, it's just he can't sync up his armies.
But, you know, if he pincers this, he could take out the Nat at the very least. Yeah. And he has to send that force into the main though to pull him back.
There's a lot of Mavericks and Cyprians here. Yeah, I think honestly this is the point of the point where Shambler is actually being very surprised by the number of units, and that's before the actual counterattack happens. This is a master.
They come forth. They come.
Here we go. Let's go, boys. We got the Ahmed stomping. There's a 3rd Gorgor that did get trained.
Oh, all the workers bunched up.
Oh no, the worker count is falling down. This healthy Gorgor is going to get sniped by the rest of the infantry as they contest the natural. Only now are we seeing the Droleths burrow.
Ahmed.
Ahmed is finding victory. And some tactical Canada, of course. But that's not really helping. Oh my god. I can't believe it. It's beautiful. I can't believe Shambler's actually going to get bopped. Well, okay, technically he's still alive, right? He's stable.
He's still in the game.
But he is
definitely got
so behind.
By the boot of Ahmed.
Yeah, I don't think that this base and this third base was spotted.
It's definitely very laggy.
Yeah.
I'll drop out.
It looks like it
doesn't go away.
Yeah. Let me ask Enos. And if not, then yeah, we'll have we'll just have you spectate my. Yeah, it does seem like it's the Canada
moment.
It's still actually happening, so TBH.
It's not even mean for once.
Well, let me go ahead and share so you can see what's up. Well, the treasury has been started, but the Gorgs are here to punish. There's a couple Cyprians over here in the meantime. That cancel does indeed go off. I think okay. Shambler hasn't even noticed in all of the lag-oriented tism that happened. No, it's nothing, man. He's
still got genuine Canada going on here.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it might be HelltRYKS' connection, right? So we'll have to wait and see how that one goes out. But I am absolutely surprised. I am amazed, actually.
See, what HelltRYKS does is he quickly unplugs and replugs in his router over and over and over again. Every time Ahmed lets loose a shot. He does have a lot of Cyprians.
Yeah, these are for defense right now because there's 3 Gorgs out, but I mean, just the Watchdogs. It's because I haven't died yet. There's a random Droleth guarding the ramp. Another one. Maybe he's
just building his net.
Yeah.
You gotta meet.
I can't believe there's a second stockade, honestly. This is incredible.
Start building your Atlas in there.
Alright, here's the problem. The Cyprians are walking backwards instead of attacking. Okay, they do snipe out one of the Gorgs. One of these has 9 kills, and they're all Ahmed, probably. And they're about to be 9 more Ahmeds. Let's be also Cyprians are being made over here too. He's covering all of his bases. There are still no Enozlliks or anything. I think the second pincer is going to happen, and honestly, that might just force the GG.
Shambler's going to be so confused when that happens.
Well, he's also going to be tilted probably, considering the lag,
yeah.
And he's
going
to
lagging, and then he'll just rage out, and HelltRYKS will win like 4-1.
I can't believe that we're gonna see Shambler surely. Like, I just don't see how he could possibly win. I mean, maybe I'll be surprised.
Well, if it goes, I think the longer it goes on, the much higher chances it goes of winning. I don't think HelltRYKS' macro game is going to be on par with him, but he needs to be able to get a lot out of this attack to put him at the stage where he can actually close it.
Let's just look at this. Like,
will do his hardest
as soon as this force starts moving forward, there's nothing that, like, because all of the Shambler military units, all 7 of them, are over on this side of the map, except for 1 Nathracor that's up in the top left, just on a patrol route. So
yeah, but if he gets hooked up on the workers, the Circuit could slowly kill him.
I think there's way too many Hurricanes for that, but we'll see, of course. He's waiting super long. Like, he can't believe that this base wasn't noticed by the moves in the bottom left. Like, I am really quite impressed with this. And a Hydra, so it's going to be a tech switch, which means he's going to bank some larva, and he's just not going to have that much in terms of military, right? Like, the Cyprians, if they stay alive along with the Mavericks, can chew through the few air units that are over here, and there's not a single Enozlliks coming, you know, like, this is looking really dire as soon as HelltRYKS moves forward with his attack. When does he decide it's time? Maybe now. Maybe right now. Can we do it right now? HelltRYKS, you got to go for the dub, and you've only got a small amount of time to do that.
There is a fight going on at the Nat.
Yeah, he's just forcing the cancel on the treasurer. It'll actually just blow up wholesale. Some Cyprians are going to go ahead and
Target
engage
forward.
that. And that is indeed going to be the signal for yet another storm of Ahmeds to charge on forward. A lot of workers are dying, but a decent number of them are also getting out. And it doesn't really matter about the worker count. He's so far ahead with workers. He needs to save his actual base. And he lost all of the air over here. So he has almost nothing. But the infantry are not moving out from underneath the Gorgs, and this Cyprian is getting its shots blocked. So really a
That
question.
last Gorg is going to die. He's got a new one, but
More watchdogs are being started. More Mavericks are being trained. Ahmed is actually burning down the Zorkas, which is a great choice
Zorka
here.
goes down.
That means that there's only going to be 3 Gorgs total, 5 Gorgs total, it looks like. Make that 6 once that one hatches.
The other units are heading on over.
Yeah, that's a storm of
Shambler
Cyprians.
must be so confused right now. Where does Ahmed keep coming from?
Dude, how did he not see it? I just don't understand how this could possibly have gone undetected. A second Hydrith, then that's a mistake. That's supposed to be a Zorkas, and all of his Gorgs are about to get chewed up by
Charging into
Cyprians.
the Cyprians. Oh, picture seconds before disaster.
There's 3 more Gorgs still, and a couple of Mavericks are going to stim on forward to see what's up, but the rest of these Gorgs are dying.
Shambler is tilting.
In shambles, the typing
in
shall
shambles.
commence. Another Hydrith den. He's building 3 Hydrith dens. He's so very
You
lost.
gotta have contingency. You must have contingency. You need to have one survive.
I am sure HelltRYKS is in disbelief. I am sure. It must not be possible for him to realize. And I think Shambler is the type to just sit here and let HelltRYKS, you know, slowly try to kill him through all of the static defense. You know, this is what we've seen. Utter devastation. At least he's got Hydrith dens.
Yeah. He made sure that he finished at least one of them.
I can't believe that. That surely must be a
There's
mistake.
so many circuits.
But we still don't have a tier 2 or an expansion for that matter.
No. Like I said, there's still a way in which Shambler wins this, and that's by taking it to the point where he can macro. But you know, if all HelltRYKS does is just make 1,000 Ahmeds, he can probably melt those down as long as Shambler doesn't actually get to tier 2. Shambler is a long way from tier 2.
He has a worker. He can expand to the top left and to the top right. And I don't
gonna
know
be
if
cheeky.
HelltRYKS is going to be any the wiser. This is an embarrassing match, but it can still end with a
He can
win.
sit on that ledge. He can sit on that ledge. He can kill the circuit there. He might be able to hit some of the workers.
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, with a couple of Cyprians or something. Okay, he's got his Mason here. He can expand on this base too if he wants.
May as well.
My
He's
goodness.
taking one of those middle bases. This is getting stupid in there.
Oh my god. He can also just camp this spot. He has no idea. Yeah! Oh my goodness.
Oh, Shambler.
Oh, Shambler. That was probably above the line, but you know. That technically can influence the outcome of the game. I am definitely flabbergasted. I have not... I don't know what could possibly happen at this stage. But okay, you know, we've got a problem here, right? HelltRYKS is faced with a problem. He needs to figure out how to solve it. Technically, there could still be Gorga cores or air units. He's actually just going to try and charge forward, but it's really hard to break this, particularly with the units in the back. If there was only the circuits, I would, you know, and there was more infantry, I might think differently, right? But even at this stage of the game, there's only 18 workers for HelltRYKS. So, you know, on this one
HelltRYKS
base.
lives by the Ahmed, dies by the Ahmed.
I feel like, honestly, hats off to HelltRYKS, but he's not... I don't know if he's going to win, honestly. I'm a little scared.
Well, like I said, if Shambler stalls us out, I think he just kind of wins by default because...
He knows what to do, right?
HelltRYKS' main weakness is he doesn't know how to transition out of this.
He has enough gas for an
Macro is
Atlas,
definitely his
but-
weakest. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But He's obviously slower, more methodical, and still not really quite sure really what's going on himself, I don't think, but
He's probably
like,
unable
Shambler
to
knows
believe.
to pay attention.
Yeah.
You just wake up. And I think that's kind of it's just gonna kind of go downhill from that point.
Yeah. Breaking the contain. It's the
'Cause,
lack
I mean,
of macro,
Shambler's
right?
like almost double his workers still,
Yeah.
even despite the awful massacre of 2 of his bases.
My goodness. And going straight for the middle base, he must have spotted it with something.
The workers kind of trained him up there, so
Yeah.
that's what you gotta watch out for. Is you don't want your workers dragging things up there.
Well, he's got 2 workers, one of which is following. That doesn't do much damage, if you couldn't tell.
No, but it does make a kind of a slurping noise.
Yeah. Man, there's really hardly any workers for HelltRYKS. Where's he? Oh, he's actually gonna find this base.
Yeah.
I think he might still think that his opponent is stuck on 1 base or something, right? But we know that's
he's
not
about
true.
to discover otherwise.
Yeah.
Now, if he was tier 2, he could start making sentinels. Until then, he could just beat the shit out of him. Get him! Yeah, get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him!
Wait, hide in the main. Hide back here with a stockade. You know you did it before.
Yeah, just have 1 stockade behind each base. You'll never know what hit him. When Ahmed just literally comes from the corners of the map. It's going to do that. What a goofball.
Well, it might not matter.
He has so many Cyprians, though, surely. No, they all died. There was just too much beef.
Yeah, the 2
much
watchdogs died pretty quickly there. I'm not really able to repair when the Gorgor is using its AoE, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, like this is gonna feel so bad for HelltRYKS. He's like, what? I killed his main. I killed his Nat. But you know, unfortunately, buddy, you had like 18 workers.
He just had so much money that he was
Yeah.
able to spend it before he lost everything.
Yeah.
I mean, if he can backdoor this base, at least he can end it on a high note.
He's selecting it for a second.
He wants to. He wants to do it so bad.
I really wanted to see Ahmed in that training queue, but alas, it's a Cyprian. I just can't believe it. All right, they've killed each other's mains.
Listen, he can still make Shambler angry by sticking some feet on that ledge and sticking Cyprians into them. Gotta repair that Cyprian. Gotta hurry. Ah, rip.
Back up.
Okay, then. Oh, there's a secret Cyclops.
I mean, what more could you want out of a game in the tournament, honestly?
This is so silly.
we get the silly games out of the way, and then we can have the good games later. But, I mean, I don't know what I'm talking
Listen,
about. This is
you
pretty
can't
good.
beat this. This
Yeah.
is peak form.
Just
59 to 9 workers.
not much of an empire.
You'll never
but
find it, Shambler. You'll never find it.
some Cyprians.
He'll get a couple kills in on here. They're all pretty low.
Oh, the Cyclops died and revealed the hidden
Cyclops
fulcrum.
died. He found the secret base. But will he find the secret base?
I think the stockades are forever going to be safe. Because, so HelltRYKS is asking how did this turn around so hard. It's because Shambler actually had workers, and HelltRYKS had 18 workers at like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, you need to have some workers.
He's keeping the dream alive! Except not really, because this ministry is going to go down.
It's on fire.
Alright, the GG is called. Shambler will remain undefeated, but by golly, I thought for sure HelltRYKS had him that time.
It was so close. I think he waited just a little too long to pull the trigger. And then that allowed Shambler to reach the point that he had surviving units.
These
and
are
was
the good
able to
games.
fortify.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, let's see if it'll not lag.
Yeah, we'll try it again.
I mean, it was still lagging when I left, so I don't know what to say about
Yeah,
it.
that's probably HelltRYKS' connection, I guess, or maybe just intermittent interruption from who knows.
The only thing as bad as Canadian internet is European internet. Maybe Australian.
HelltRYKS, my man, you almost had him, but you just have no workers. If I could make one recommendation for future games, it's see if you can spare a little bit of APM to build more workers and get them tasked on. Because when you had like 18 workers at like 12, 15 minutes or something, when Shambler was on one base, he still had like double your worker count. So even though you should have been ahead from that point, he was able to stabilize economically. It'll be Death Spiral for our next match. Gotta get good. Hey, listen, you defeated Shambler's main and natural. You almost killed him. You even tilted him into typing about lag or something. And yeah, also, when you were... Like, there were several opportunities where you probably could have outright ended the game if you had pulled the trigger a little bit sooner. But you can check out the replays or just the streams and stuff for more information on those particular moments. And HelltRYKS can also spectate in the game if he so wishes. Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, for that tactic, Shambler never found your stockades, and he still doesn't actually know that you backdoored him even now. So you could actually just continue using that strategy, unless he's a piece of shit. And was
If
watching
you
the
had
stream right
brought your watchdogs with you into the attack,
now. Okay.
and dropped them like beside his base, you might have been able to kill Gorkors with them while they were attacking the Akhmids. It might have made a difference.
It might have. But what we need to focus ourselves on now is nothing but
More ZVZ-tism.
ZVZ. That's right,
Will
ladies
it
and gentlemen.
Will it be Nathricors?
While Shambler's still not harvesting...
There we go!
He's already typing. He's not harvesting gas yet, so he's still committed to that particular opener. We'll see if Enos has some different ideas.
I feel like Shambler is copying me. You can't do that.
Can't do what?
You can't copy my quaz opener that I copied off of you.
Yeah. This is a pretty good opener, honestly.
Then again, I never went Naths because they didn't feel as responsive. They seemed a little better from when we were watching in the game. That they seemed like they attacked more reliably than they used to.
Yeah, we're slowly but surely improving and making them a little bit better, but there's still like one or two things that we probably need to try to resolve about the way that air units work when they're melee. I mean, he's not wrong. if had he given up at any point, it would have been early on, when the second attack really that hit and absolutely wiped his main and nap. But he knew he still could do it. It's going to be a Hydrith opener for Enos. A little bit more on the side of standard play, and he will indeed scout out the Quaza.
So Shambler is like a vomit color.
Yes, he's Russian
and
green.
now Enos is the piss color.
Yeah, isn't it
So
funny?
it's literally like piss and vomit.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. And then you got like the color tint on top of it.
Yeah, even
So
better.
the ground looks like it's been kind of stained by endless battles of piss and vomit.
Why not? Why not?
I mean, the Zerg, like half the Zerg units just vomit on you. Like
Yeah,
the Drolla vomits on you. Can't you hear him? He's vomiting.
The retaliation. They vomited
I hear
back.
the sounds from your end and it confuses
Oh,
me so much.
let me stop streaming to you then.
I was looking for it. I'm so long. I was like, Shambler's dying, but I can't figure out what he's doing.
Yeah, what does he have that's being vomited on exactly? No?
No, it's Enos that's being vomited on right now, and if he's not careful, that vomit will prove fatal. Oh, no. Ooh.
Okay, it's just a
Get
few
him-
hits away.
Get him,
It's about 3
Shambler.
hits.
Get him, Shambler. Get him. Oh, nope.
No,
He's gonna pull
doesn't
that.
want it. But he's removing a lot of mining time right now, that's for sure.
Double Hydra.
A good move versus
safe.
the Nathricors that are on the way.
It's
He
safe.
does have an idle worker, however. So he does
Yeah,
wanna
it's chilling
rectify
out.
that.
The violence.
That's his
shook
one
him,
worker
really.
advantage right now, but he's,
He's shook.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Back to it. He's actually going to drop a
gonna make-
Kagran here, it looks like, so
Yeah.
go for some
He's
defense.
Mario. Then they have arrived.
Instantaneously stuck onto the Kagrant too, so... One of the things that you can do for newer players or players who are just maybe a little bit on the bad side is you can actually, while you're selecting your units and in between their attack cooldowns, you can move forward closer to the target. That actually would have allowed those two Hydras to kill that first Nath if it was kept up with the targeting, right? That little ore blocking or whatever you want to call it, the stutter step. Works out quite well.
Just how when they start disengaging, you get like an extra second or two of attack time on them. And it can mean the difference between killing one or not.
Yep. Now, the problem here is that Nathricors are no slouches when it comes to, you know, swarming up and picking off individual targets. And actually, right now, I mean, there's 6 of them. That's a pretty solid flock. And, the Hydra's trying to be... Trying to navigate, but actually, what?
Out there somewhere.
Yeah, Shambler's hunting around for them. These 4 Hydras, they could do some damage, but right now the best thing that they're doing for Enos is forcing his opponent to keep his units on the back foot. Neither one of our players has built another worker, or at least maintained another worker advantage, right?
You don't need workers.
Shambler has started.
All you need is Naths.
Well, he's got to watch out for these Nathricors, though. He's starting to realize that there's a big stock here.
There's so many of them.
What he can do is just focus down on workers, but it doesn't look like he's going to. He went for an attack move, and his focus is split, because he definitely could have picked up and thinned out a lot of this herd, but...
Yeah. Several of them are lower than half health, but instead, he got tickled to death. Absolutely tickled.
Well, he's going to force some more defensive play from Shambler with, you know, the unit positioning and taking the back base and such. It looks like Enos is going to take the forward base instead, but he's going to be a little bit slower on it. Obviously, this one's already done. And a lot of Nats are on the way with more Hydras being produced. Iziricors are 150 minerals, no gas, and they do pretty well versus Nats because Nats are melee, and so are the Iziricor, right? They're kind of 2 range or whatever, they're short range. And that means that the Iziricor can deal with them pretty well with its bouncing attack. The problem is there are no Iziricors, and they're mineral heavy.
Nope.
So I think Enos is going to have to defend his HelltRYKS. Yeah, he's going to have to defend his...
I don't think he's going to be able to hold it.
There's only 8 of them with 2... Well, there's more on the way, obviously, but he needs to react immediately.
He needs to react way faster, yeah. He might be able to pick some of them off here, but if he's not careful, he's going to lose everything.
Well, he's doing a good job of falling back and not losing anything just yet. I mean, he started to lose some Hydras as I said that, but yeah, the problem is obviously the mobility is definitely favoring them.
Yeah, some of the Ziricors would definitely help here because then you force, when they pile on you, you splash them. Now, he does have an Ziricor, but he's lost so many Hydras at this point, it may not help.
Yeah, and obviously Shambler knows to focus that one down, so it only gets a couple of salvos off. And unfortunately, he didn't cancel his HelltRYKS, so he doesn't have minerals for more.
It's okay, another one has arrived.
The problem is that it was following its rally point a little bit, and it just gets absolutely shellacked. Now, it looks like we might have to wait a little bit before Shambler gets to test his Nathricor strats against a more competent Z player, because right now it looks like Enos just was not prepared for it, and yeah, he doesn't really have anywhere to go, right? So, bye. That is a that's a strat. I wasn't expecting that. At least he's
he's gonna draw that north expansion.
Yeah.
He could just build a hatch there, and
if he had money. Maybe if he had canceled his other.
Oh yeah, I was looking at the wrong person. I thought, he has 350 minerals, so he can build it. No, that was Shambler that can do it.
All right. Well, waiting for elimination.
He too made that mistake, except he wasn't looking at a separate individual.
Yeah, I don't know how he thought he had more money. Well, there you go. We have Shambler going on to 4-0 in the group. To nobody's surprise, except mine, because holy shit, I really thought he was going to lose that second match against HelltRYKS. You know what I mean? Like, that was crazy.
Yeah, I think it's easy to choke under those kind of situations. So I figured even if HelltRYKS destroys his bases, Shambler's not going to leave the match until the very end. Yeah. And if HelltRYKS slips up just once in his aggression, Shambler will take advantage of it, which is pretty much what happened. I think that I've certainly contributed to teaching Shambler that lesson.
So we're all up to speed at this point with Shambler making it out in first place. We now have 1 or 2 matches left. The first match, which is coming up here, HelltRYKS will select the map. If HelltRYKS wins, he qualifies to playoffs in second place. If Enos wins, Enos will take us to a decider to decide who makes it to second place. That is the format here. So we'll just wait for HelltRYKS to confirm. He's going to restart it, he says, just to see if he can get his internet back up to speed. All good, bro. Best of luck. I suppose while we wait, we can jump into a replay of that amazing match on Nitro Valley.
That game was definitely very silly.
Wait, where is it? Oh, did it? Maybe I have the wrong config again and it's not saving my games, but let's see here. It seems like it is because it's saving like Nightfall, Equilibrium. Let me go and see. Yeah, I only have one Nitro Valley game. That's odd. Oh, you're talking about the Nitro Valley match? Yeah, I was actually just going to try to watch the replay for that, but I don't actually see that. Hey, no hate, Enoz. You're technically still in this, potentially. Unless you, Is it that time where you can't play anymore? Oh, no, we're only about to be 7 o'clock, so you should technically have another half hour, right? Before you have to go. Yeah, Shambler just found out.
Shambler made the discovery. He didn't just make one barracks. No, the man was on a mission.
Hey, Shambler, can you post the replays of the last... Let me see. I have up until Nightfall, it looks like, but I don't have... Oh, you know what? I'm running the dev build instead of the... I'm not running on the release repo, so my config is different. LOL. Yeah, I'm going to need replays for the Group B. That's fine, though. That people have those.
Hold on, I can post those if he doesn't want to.
Yeah, if you want to post that. You won't have the Nitro Valley game because you left in the middle. But Shambler will need to send me that one.
Shambler will have to post that then.
Yeah. If you want to post me the... How many games have we played so far?
Death
5?
Spiral, Nitro Valley was the one I left.
Yeah, so you disregard that replay. If you give me Death Spiral, you give me...
You need all the ones for today?
For Group B, just for Group B. So the last 4 games, not counting the Nitro Valley. So 5 if you count that.
So Repulsion, Nightfall, Otherworld, Death Spiral.
Yeah, that's right.
Alright, yeah, I'm looking at the timestamps.
Yep, if you want to send those my way.
I'm posting them in the events just in case anybody else wants them.
Thank you. All right, looks like HelltRYKS is back anyway, so he's going to go ahead and pick Equilibrium for our next map. Oh wait, I'm you instead of the right player.
No, I'm you.
There we go. Mame Street is in the past. This is the future.
No, it isn't. Mame Street is in the future. It'll be brought back in as a sole map for Group C. And they must all play only on Mame Street.
We could have a Mame Street
start locations will be added.
Ah, there you go. Well, somebody was saying that they would like to see a version, like basically a series of maps that are all like Mame Street, but it's like different spots of the tournament, or different spots of the city or whatever it's supposed to be on. So you'd have like Mame Street, and then you'd have some other shite fucking name for stuff. Hope you're doing well, Luciferius. I know you're out on camping like a homie. Oh yeah, let me also remind, if Enoz wins this, we go to Decider. If Hell wins, he is qualified to playoffs. All right, GLHF. Let's go into our 6th match of the day. This could be the final one for Group B. Actually, technically, this is the 12th match, by the way, of the day. By the way.
Well, if it goes to 6 and the next one goes to 9, that is 69.
It's not possible to go to 9, but it is possible to go to 8, which almost counts.
Sad time.
Yeah, I guess if this one goes to 7, and then the next one goes to 8, then you can take 7 away from... You can take 1 away from 7 to make it 6, and then you can give that to 8 to make it 9. So maybe you can still win?
It's too many numbers for me. I can't handle it.
Either way, we have Sunglow Zerg, that's Enoz, against the blue Terran, that's HelltRYKS. Bottom left versus top right. ZVT has been an interesting set of games, especially in this group.
An interesting set of games.
Yeah. I really liked the aggression that HelltRYKS was willing to put forth with his, his first Cyprian, first combat unit, right? And he just charges it across the map. It's like so foreign to what I've normally seen out of people like Benno. And now look at this. Enoz is actually going to be trying the Shambler build. He's going for the Quazoth first. Will he be going for gas harvesting for Naths, or will he be doing something else? We'll have to wait and see. It doesn't look like any
gas
gas
to do this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can go all Zeths, and that can work too. Especially if they go Cyprians and you're able to catch a Cyprian out. You can do some real damage with that. If it's an Ahmed, then you just... Oh no, it's an Ahmed.
It is an Ahmed.
They're charged for... Oh, no. Okay. He calmed his tits. Calmed his tits. Now the Zerg is starting to make gas.
Yeah, I think honestly with Enoz, I would rate his macro to be better than HelltRYKS's, but I think HelltRYKS might have the upper hand in like the...
HelltRYKS is very tricksy.
In the mental game department, but also in the idea
what
of
happens?
like... Okay, tell me.
I think he wanted to go Nath, but he didn't realize he needed gas for it.
Yeah, he's only now.
Yeah,
he's only now.
Only now has he got an Nath coming.
Yeah, might be his.
Dude, this Ahmed's gonna be in his base.
Oh my Ahmed.
Oh, images before disaster. It's coming.
Don't worry.
There's a Maverick.
He can fight it. It is possible to beat Ahmed.
Yeah, but now it's gonna be wise.
Just pull it. Just get it. Just fuck him up. Oh no.
I didn't want any part of that shit.
Okay, well he does know how to. He's
Ahmed
burrowing. Then he needs to unburrow immediately. Get back to mining. Quick.
No. Ahmed will not allow this behavior. get all up in his shit. Get all up in his shit.
No, quick.
Yeah,
You gotta.
take him for a
Hey,
ride.
you need money though.
Take him for a ride. Okay, it's dealt with now. Yeah,
all right.
There you go.
There's still a couple.
Back in business.
There's still at least one Droleth.
But he shook.
No, there's 2. There's 2. There's 3. There's 3 burrowed Droleths. One's above his Hatrosk, and the other are in the mineral line.
Oh yeah. You can hardly see them, but they are there. He shook.
Oh
Ahmed
no!
has him shook.
He has 12
There's a
workers,
lot.
by the way, but really he only has 8 because one of them's running around on the bottom right hand of the map, and the 3 of the others are burrowed.
The Maverick is hidden, well hidden. Now he too will begin to build a stockade.
Yes, I think so.
So
HelltRYKS is just going to go straight into the Ministry on site, which is a bit ballsy considering the Naths are already out on the map.
The Shambler build is known to him. He knows that he needs some kind of defense here.
Oh no.
Ooh, got one.
Okay.
Not even a 1-for-1. Oh, tickle, and warded off. All right.
And the Watchdog in the main
pretty
as
good
well.
commanding spot. You know, since those drones aren't harvesting.
My soul.
This
is what I was starting to say earlier, is that HelltRYKS has the advantage, not necessarily in terms of macro or like anything like that, but Enoz GG'd from a winning position in the first game, and ever since then he's felt, he said like, oh, I'm embarrassed, or oh, I'm a goofball, or whatever. It feels like his mental game isn't quite on point yet. He needs to sharpen his head.
He needs to be abused a lot to become as buck-broken as everybody else is.
Yeah, he needs to really feel like,
and
okay.
HelltRYKS is definitely on the road to doing that, because now, a few things will buck break you faster than Ahmed just flying into your base before you even have a military unit.
Yeah. And it's down to the fact that he just didn't know he needed gas for Naths, right? That seems to be the case. Yeah. And he didn't decide to pivot to any other military units to keep himself safe in the meantime. He really does need to...
Just imagine if he made 6 Zats and Ahmed actually managed to kill all of them. That might have been another GG moment.
Well, there's some intimidation tactics happening over here, but as he's falling away, what he could do is he could pull his other Naths
3
back.
Watchdogs out. He's well guarded here.
Yeah, I think he could just continuously pull the HelltRYKS' attention away and then send those other units over to try to sabotage the Ministry production, but it doesn't end up happening. So he's just gonna have this Droleth is down here in the bottom middle of the map, just chilling.
It's okay. The other 2 are chilling that I can see.
There's a third one. One of them's above the Quazoth, and the other one's behind the minerals, in the shadow of the minerals.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see how you'd miss those. They're almost the one you can kind of see only if you're really looking for them. The other two are like, where's Waldo?
Yeah. What's the problem with this screenshot, you know? He's still building Naths, though. He's really committing to Naths, which is not... You know, what he saw...
He's following the Shambler dream.
If he was paying attention
Problem
to
is,
that...
there's already a Cyprian stacked into lodestones now. Like it's not a good spot for Nats.
Gets grazed a little bit. Not really too much damage. Does manage to soften up some of the Mavericks, but he's just going to force out more Watchdogs, right? So now what Enoz is doing, he's taking his expansion. He's behind the turn in terms of economic pace, but...
That Maverick will be aware of that expansion one day.
Yeah, if he ever moves
If he remembers it's there and thinks to look over there and sees the creep over there, and he'll be like, oh, well, that's an interesting turn of events.
I mean, this number of Nathocores can charge the main and just break out a bunch of these Watchdogs, and it's just the problem is...
Yeah, the main doesn't have any Cyprians.
Yes, yeah, and nor does it have any anchors or lodestones or anything, right? So...
Yeah. If he just keeps building it, eventually he can overrun them.
More
He's
Nats.
getting Hydrith, though.
Even more Nats and a Hydrith den, yes. Kager's starting to spread down there.
Does he know that the Lone Marine is there?
He's sending... Yeah, he's targeted it.
He knows it's there. He sees it. How does he see it? Does the building?
Yeah, the HelltRYKS has enough vision range, just barely.
Well, this will tell HelltRYKS that his opponent is also being tricksy. Oh. And see you later, alligator. Now he knows the circuits are there, too. Oh, well.
That's not a bad scout. He does have the
some
opportunity
information
with the Droleth in the bottom right to go for the expansion there. He's remembered that Droleth exists. Unfortunately,
There are now Cyclops out, so if he's not careful with his micro, this forest is very, very good against stacked Naths.
Oh, yeah. Well, HelltRYKS is going to go down in the bottom right. Only on 21 workers. Remember, that's effectively 18 workers because 3 of them are idle. Just keep...
they're not idle, man. They're doing their job. They're foremen. They tell everybody else what to do while they have it now.
Was 20 Naths, now down to 19. Blackjack's continuing to be produced. And an Atlas on the way, so HelltRYKS just going to chill out and say, I'm going to beat you in Tier 2.
I want to see this go up to Tier 3. Let's see it.
I mean, if Enoz just holds on, it could happen. And, like, the longer you hold on...
I think that if HelltRYKS decides to march out...
Yes, yeah.
With a sufficient number of units, he's just going to roll over the map because those 3 Droleths aren't going to sign the bells, signal the signal fires for Gondor.
Oh,
yeah,
all the
like
splash.
That.
Yeah. Now, his softened up Naths are going to have to fall away. In CMBW, units do regenerate a bit faster. So you can, stow those somewhere safe and then return to them a little bit.
You can also repair those Mavericks with the Masons.
Yeah,
yes.
Which that's true.
Is handy.
Oh, no, he sent them on a patrol path just to see if he could spot any drops, but the Watchdog aggroed them. 3. It lives with 3. All right, well, he's going to continue to establish his patrol routes just to see if he can spot anything, and he's transitioning away from the Quazeth units entirely as he starts to set up his natural with more workers. Eventually he could supersede HelltRYKS' worker count, even despite the 3 tax that he's currently experiencing. Because, of course, it has to be fucking 3. Captaincy on the way.
Warcraft 3, you got to be taxed.
Ah. Didn't think of that one.
There's a captaincy coming. HelltRYKS has got a lot of money if he wants to spam madcaps. He could do that.
Yeah, he needs to add more than just 1 to do something like that, but we'll see what he wants to do. Yeah, anytime you see over 1,000 of any resource, generally you want to try to keep that low, of course.
But this move out right here is pretty dangerous as it is. This is not. There's some Hydras, but it could do a lot of damage. However, he does have a secret base out in the middle of nowhere. Nobody ever suspects secret base. I taught my children well, but these weren't amongst them. So they don't know to look for secret base. He's going to look for the natural third, but nothing is there. Mysterious. There isn't a Zero Core out, which will help against the Cyclops since most of their damage is loaded on that timed charge.
Yeah, most notably will also block the shots from the Cyprian, but there's only 1 of them, and it's not on the front line.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a second one now. He's further away from his circuits. Oh, that's always exciting. Yeah, the problem right now is his forces are kind of split, right? So he could just, if he charges forward, he could pick off those Cyclops before the rest of the army gets there. But this
There's
window
still
of time,
a Nath over there, so
yeah, just watching for
in the odd
for-
chance he sends out a whole bunch of tier 2 units all at once, the Nath will spot them, and if he gets a peek at them, then you'll see that there are big men coming.
Yeah, he needs to see if he can bank up enough gas off of the hidden base that he's got. Yeah, HelltRYKS is just
He's not
exploring
mining
them
gas
all.
from his Nat at the moment, or from the third, so
Yeah.
his tier 2 is going to be quite behind.
Well, he does have full saturation on the... Oh, he's actually oversaturated on the... Oh, no, never mind. I'm just a goofball and selected one more extra drill. He's not got full saturation on the ridge. He is starting to harvest from the...
The HelltRYKS are coming. That's another good choice, too.
Okay, not bad. Yeah, he's got a couple of madcaps out already. The HelltRYKS is a frontliner type unit, and it does deal splash in a small radius. So,
It's also very beefy.
yeah. I mean, 3 armor, 150 health, you know. And Cyprian gets
The
dragged
Cyprian
forward.
charges forward. The Cyprian dies.
Oh, he knows he's going to go for it. He needs to split his Hydras up a little bit, but just his confidence is enough to intimidate. Well, speaking of intimidation, how about a HelltRYKS? Now, the focused back is here, for sure. Cyclops continuing to fire off its shots. More military coming in. Still no gas being harvested from the natural. Starting to correct that error.
Draw, that's still idling.
Yes. Yes, of course.
Sleeping on the job.
They're taking a hibernation.
No gas mining in that third either, but it is slowly... Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's got one on
It's
there.
slowly
He's
saturating.
Yeah, he's trying to keep tabs on all of his
The
bases.
man, Nat's mining. He's got tier 2 on the horizon if he can hold out, but once all these HelltRYKS start amassing, it's going to be hard to do that.
He somehow managed to sneak up a 4th HelltRYKS in that spot. One of the things that I'm not seeing him do,
He could have
though-
the whole map under control, and
Yeah.
HelltRYKS wouldn't even know that it's slowly going in that direction.
Yeah, that's right.
But this attack force is...
Yeah, there's
it's
6
if he fights under the
HelltRYKS,
circuits, he's okay, but
Yeah.
if he gets caught out in the open and surrounded by those, then he's in trouble.
Look where his tech is. Is it any surprise?
I like this, man.
What we really need to see at this point, right, is we need to see whether or not Enos is going to have the wherewithal to go for, you know, backtith or something like that versus this particular bio-focused composition. And right now, I'm not so sure, but at least he's even in
Potatoes
workers.
would be good against him, too, because of their high range.
Yep.
Just let the circuits and stuff tank the HelltRYKS, and then just let the set on the ledge or something and have huge range on them.
We have
Back to this,
apostles
they're much
on the
more readily
field.
be available there. Yeah. And there's a lot of Hydras. There's a lot of Zero, of course.
If the fights go long and the apostles are used well, you can see the military basically be reanimated. Some clerics slowly tricking out there. And yeah, look, HelltRYKS is really
There is
convinced.
magical.
HelltRYKS is
He's
very
confused.
convinced.
Where is the extra base?
Yeah. Where's this guy got workers?
I control the
and
map. I am a god.
stuff? Yeah. He might re-scout
Little
this.
does he realize.
Okay, well, the forces are using this opportunity to move out, but this is a big, big mistake. Enos has to collect himself and fall back to his tier 2 static defense.
The big men are coming. Oh, a bunch of them died.
Getting focused down and popped by the Scortriths.
Tier 2 is up. Zorkiz is coming. He hasn't morphed any of his other structures, though. Yeah, well, he'll build tier 3 at this 4th base.
Yeah, if he gets up to that level of gas income, I salute him. He's not harvesting gas yet from his 4th base. That is also a hidden base with no defense, just like where his tech is. So honestly, HelltRYKS could be in a tough spot here.
Yeah, the longer he takes, he could find himself in kind of a similar situation with Shambler, just more of a slow burn.
You know what's so funny is
Second all these Hydras morph, it's going to be really bad.
Yeah, well,
he could do that. He could do that easy. He just needs to morph the buildings.
Yeah, he's not quite got the wherewithal to do that just yet. Maybe he's thinking of a different kind of unit. You know, you were talking about the Protathalor earlier, and it's actually gotten adjusted a little bit so that it doesn't actually have... It does 15 damage instead of 3x5, so it doesn't get affected by armor as much, basically. It's more of a single target unit. But instead, it's going to be Alcag Eteth. That is important because this is where you're going to get Kagerlisks from. And that could be another long-range solution.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure it's
are very, very good all-around unit.
yes, not necessarily great at crowd control, but and this base is now being checked as well, so we're going to see this one get stomped on before it can really offer too much to the pot of Enoz. He's starting to mutate all of his structures as well, so he's got his Calcure Pond coming. He's back to the swamp as well. And there goes that HelltRYKS indeed. But this is the cue for Enoz to charge on forward and bypass the army altogether. This could be pretty big.
There's 3 Sentinels there that might soften him a little bit, but if he gets pinched...
Oh, look at this, though. The Tier 2 and Bio are getting desynced from the Sentinels themselves, right?
Yeah.
So that's actually a pretty big shot here. And all of them are going to fall, opening up an avenue here. The crunch is coming back, though, because HelltRYKS is starting.
The pincer.
Yeah, he's coming all the way back. Those Apostles could go nuts and start reviving a whole lot of Hydras, but he needs to act fast before the corpses expire. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. Is he going to have the wherewithal?
This is like running into a man on a bus and using your bum to bump him into another man.
Yeah, it ends about as well as that.
Him. Absolutely smeared. Didn't revive anything, though.
Yeah, I know. He built that unit for moral support or intimidation or something. It's a pretty spooky
looking
looking
walking
unit.
animation. It's
yeah, it's advanced.
It's a very interesting walk cycle. They're very tall units. You know, it kind of reminds me of Elden Ring, where every humanoid is like 10 feet tall for some inexplicable reason.
Yeah, they're meant to be like twice the size of the Maverick, and it ends up being true for the most part.
Focusing down that Cyclops there for a moment.
At least they could have done something, but unfortunately for him, his tech is here. And this time, I think it would be appropriate to say GG once this tech
his tech, not again!
Or maybe not. You know, maybe not, because he has his structures already, right?
Listen, if this happens to you once, it's demoralizing. If it happens to you twice, it's mentally scarring for the rest of your life.
You say that,
disgusting.
but I think he's still equipped.
He's
got some
structures.
He's got some Kagras.
He really wanted the income from this.
Yes, yeah, that's the bigger problem. I mean, he does have the Cafrol Scout, so he can make those units a bit faster. Does he want to spend the last of his gas on a HelltRYKS upgrade, or is he just going to allow that tech to get sniped without using it for anything else? I mean, he could throw down a Mutath or something, anything he thinks he needs, but well, realistically, it's not going to end up happening.
Well, Matrolith would have been great here, but gas is going to become an issue.
Yeah, it's looking
Actually,
like
tapping a geyser would have been a good move at that point.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're going to be on 2 bases, you may as well get as much as you can out of it.
Phalanxes and Madrigals galore. That's going to be what is on the cards here for HelltRYKS. Does have 3 Palladiums.
With Apostles, which are, I guess, just going to take the place of Mavericks now.
Yeah, the most gas-intensive Maverick you've ever seen.
They only deal 10 damage. They're not the most effective Maverick replacement.
He must have hit a Drolleth or something as he's re-expanding in the bottom right. But
oh. And then he's going to... I hope he rebuilds his tier 2 there.
Yeah, of course. He almost had enough gas too, but he started spending it on actual units, which is understandable when you think you're about to have your ship pushed in.
Yeah, I think he's going to need them soon. HelltRYKS is still a little intimidated about pushing into that, because I think he realizes that if he loses his army, it's going to be really hard to get momentum again, but he might also just be waiting for his tanks to finish up, because he's building a whole stack of them. I don't know, though. Maybe he will just...
Well, he frontlined with an Apostle, and he's not going to revive it.
There was a moment there. That exchange is just funny.
Yeah, just who's going to back off first?
Just, oh! And then, like, 1 or 2 Zaths or Vormicors died, and then that was it. That was the whole fight.
More Phalanxes are arriving, but they're not actually sieging the base just yet. And you got to watch out, because the Phalanx loses its armor while it's deployed, so...
Yeah, and then the backlists become a lot more dangerous when they're bouncing off of your Hercules that are nearby. So.
Yep. He only has, what, 3 clerics, 4 clerics here? So... Well, he's going to start taking pot shots on the move out, and that's going to be very deadly. The other thing to note, too, is that since so many of these Bactylists came straight out of the Cafrol, Enoz is not going to get his Hydras back for that.
Well, what he should really do is take this cliff here
Yep.
You just annihilate those tanks.
Using the
even at the cost of
basilisks.
some
Yeah,
units.
absolutely. That would be a big help for him, but he's not pulled the trigger on that just yet. 69
Yep.
workers
It's okay.
for HelltRYKS.
He's mining gas again. He's working back up to tier 2. Here's the question: where is he going to build it?
The bigger question is, where is HelltRYKS going to go for his tier 3? Because he's nearing that point. You said you wanted to see this go to tier 3.
I'll be proxy diadems him
Yeah, why not?
for the ultimate soul crush.
Does your soul burn?
I think someone's soul is going to burn very soon.
Oh boy. Unit's not on hold position. More phalanxes on the way, living up to their namesake.
I thought he was going to make it, but he started queuing up a bunch of more apostles again. And a lot of vultures.
Oh, my goodness. Where'd all his gas go?
2 apostles.
He's building his tech in his main now, which is a little unfortunate, because that's just too standard for my liking.
Oh, that's sad.
The Sentinels
I
can
bet that
outrange the
third goes
circuits, by the
unnoticed.
way. That is an interesting play, because he's got 2 in the front line and he's constructing a third. Could be lifting those off and moving them forward. Really, he could just deploy his phalanxes anywhere he wants and start...
Yeah, he's got enough of them now that he can afford to fight the Basilisks up front.
Yeah.
Even if he loses a bunch at this stage, because of his economic advantage, it doesn't matter as much anymore.
That's all right, dude.
Well,
You can just watch the replay.
in this case, Naturalith would be great. Not as great as they used to be, but it gives you some front line.
The biggest problem right now is that he's not using the cliffs. He's starting to move his
Yeah.
Basilisks up there, which is great now, but it could have shredded this entire army a lot
Yeah.
sooner if he was a little bit more on the ball there.
One tank down.
He's got the Avigralisks frontlining, and they are soaking up a lot of damage. They will finally fall now. And he's even able to push forward a little bit, but there's way more phalanxes where that came from. 8 of them still intact.
Again, Volgora Chorus, Naturaliths give you sustainability in this. And lots of front line that the tanks are going to be wasting their shots on.
Oh yeah, with all the Rillisks, yeah, absolutely.
Yep. They're great for situations like this. But he holds on
He does.
with his secret base that nobody knows about.
He's doing all right so far.
Now, there is enough money for a Dadala if he's going to make a dad.
Yeah, he could cancel his apostles anytime. He's got 9 of them, and he hasn't used their ability yet.
He doesn't need them. They're infantry.
Yeah,
They just shoot people. That's it.
yeah. He's got almost 5,000 minerals, boys.
Where now, if he was Benno, you build like 20 stockades. Go right up to Pythians. You know what to do. There's so many vultures. We're back into Blue Broodwar.
No, not the apostles again.
Oh, the vultures!
They're on a move command.
No, they're rallied into certain death. Okay, they're attacking. The apostles have arrived. Will they ever revive?
No, they've arrived, but they will not revive. That was so much gas worth of infantry.
Enos doesn't realize yet, but that one exchange was an efficiency of like 10 times gas for him. Now his Basilisks are charging forward. The crooked dongs are bouncing.
That could have done a lot of damage too, but he didn't really have a front line to scramble on. And yeah, at this point, I
He
mean,
killed
this.
so much gas.
I know.
worth of units.
I know. Mesk.
The cleric.
Mesk.
Rest in
It's
penises.
not working out too well. That was 150 gas times 9, by the way.
That was a lot of gas. It's
Yeah.
okay. He's making more.
That was 1350 gas, dude. A Daedal is like 1600. This guy was so
okay.
close.
And all I was realizing
1400. He was 50
that
gas
he needs-
off. He could have done it. He was there. He had it. He had it multiple
one
times.
diadem is all you need to win.
He's capping his geysers. That's something.
It's okay. There's the secret base is turning into secret mini bases.
No. Okay. You know, I was going to say
Scrapyard.
earlier, before that disastrous gas trade that we just saw, I was going to say that, yeah, Enos is definitely in a spot where, like, the first game he played versus HelltRYKS, he could have won, or was pretty much favored to win, but he GG'd, thinking that his opponent had a lot more than he did. And now this game, he's choosing not to GG when he probably
This is
should.
such a case.
But look, HelltRYKS does have a lot of stuff, but he's not really using it super well, right? This is his macro weakness showing.
It's okay. He's making Akhmed.
Is he?
Yep. He's got Akhmed.
He's just rallying Ahmed.
He will have 3 of them in a moment.
That's Ahmed.
He has 3 of them.
He has 3 Ahmeds and some lag.
Just this wall of sentinels slowly amassing.
Yeah, by the way, 1 air unit will kill all of these.
Yes. One advanced worker.
Yeah, there you go. He can make them. He's got the Kafralos. He can make them straight from that.
Yep.
Now, okay, he is starting to make Calculusks in his secret base, and he's also starting to mutate those Hatrosks into Kafralosks to get access to the advanced mutations without the middleman of the initial unit. So that is an opportunity for him. Unfortunately, lag. Seems to be HelltRYKS as the source, but of course we can't boot him out of the game because that would be BM. And Shambler, I think Shambler's got the right analysis here. There's pretty much no, there's 3 watchdogs or whatever. The idea of a counterattack has not entered HelltRYKS' poor virgin mind.
Listen, that side base there is going to get absolutely annihilated if the Calculusks go over there. Like, if he had like 20 of them, he could cause so much pain with that just going straight north.
He's going to have 8 in a second here, so...
Oh,
but here comes the air raid.
The pain has come for Enoz now.
There's 17 Bactals, but they're not in position. His worker line is being decimated. Maybe he will burrow his workers and then get them all unburrowed. Well, joke's on you. I still have 3 unburrowed workers. Or 3 burrowed workers.
Oh, 1 survives. Oh no, the planes. The planes are all dying.
Yeah, the Bactalisks plus the Kagrelisks are able to burst this one down, but the front line is now being attacked by a bunch of Madrigals. There's just so many defenses here, and most of the units stuck around as well. Well, there you go. What does HelltRYKS do? He's being...
Potatoes are being flung.
He's being forced down, take all the Sentinels as well. He's
Maybe
pulled a
now
bunch
he
of the
realizes
Madcaps.
just how many Sentinels are in his nat. Will he discover that he has 3... Oh, one of the workers died. I don't know how it died, but it did. Or was
probably
unburrowed.
Wyvern Splash, yeah. So there's only 2...
Do they splash?
Wyverns? Yeah, on the low ground.
Rest in penises. Oh, additional Gorgons have arrived. The tickling is commencing. And Oz is slowly being tickled to death. I hope he has a tickle fetish because so many tickles are occurring.
He needs that structure.
He does have some calculus. He does need it. That's not one he really wants to lose. No. No.
It was force targeted, so it will die.
Ah.
Absolutely devastated.
It's okay. He does have tier 2 again, so he could rebuild it if he needed it, but his gas is... It's so non-existent.
Yeah, that's right. He doesn't have much. He's not
There
capped
is
any
a
of his-
Dadala en route.
Okay, we will see a 3rd tier.
HelltRYKS, you know what you must do.
Wait, where is he building it? Is
You
he
must
building
make
it in his
Shambler
3rd?
type.
Oh, he is building it. He's building it in his 4th, actually. He's taking a page.
Yeah.
Page out of Mr. Enoz's book here.
It's okay. Just build the diadems. Well, I mean, you could go for hippos too. It's only their air attack that was changed, right?
Yeah.
That would be perfect for this. A very, very time-consuming strategy. Diadems are probably more sassy, but
I think diadems are more cinematic as well. Look, he's even scouting out. Look at that. Some of these Scorchwrits are still going to be able to chew through a lot of this, but Phalanxes are not moving up to assist as the rest of the army is getting slapped.
Crocodongs are bouncing around everywhere. Oh. Oh, oh. The planes have arrived. I think that's it. No, no, never mind. He's still got other units. He's gonna go forward. You know, this will come very unexpected for HelltRYKS, I think.
I think so.
His own BS used against him.
I think so. Some Madrigals are being trained, though. There's about 2 of them about to pop. Will they even be used, though? Oh, my goodness. One of them instantly dies. The second one also going down. The Calculusks can obviously take out the Sentinel pretty easily, but it's an open question as to whether or not HelltRYKS even needs to turn around to fight this, because well,
he is. He's turning everything around.
this is still an opportunity for his army to get bopped. He needs to be careful. The Daedal is not done yet, and so no diadems are on the way. There's still so much money. Killing bases is never a bad thing, but he's got so much money banked.
Can you kill that with
look at this. His army's actually a little bit out of sync, and the Convolusks were doing some pretty good damage there to the crowd, the stacked air. The Calculus need to get rid of with the rest of the army. The Ministry now falling. No, they're standing in the same spot while the Cyclops rain hellfire upon them. This bottom force is still viable for Enoz to defeat. Unfortunately, his Convolusk has fallen, and his Calculusks were not being microed very well. Phalanxes are now on the way, and the Bactylusks will not be able to do too much of them while they're in their tank mode.
That Cyclops got fucked.
Calculusks are trying to not get destroyed by the Madrigal Splash. Unfortunately for Enoz, I think he's just up against too much Terran.
You gotta rush into his base and build a diadem, quick.
Ah, there's...
Or lift off all of your sentinels. You know what you must do.
Oh, no. Is he actually going to lose his phalanxes to... No.
Nah, their damage is pretty high. He did have to pull back, though. Oh. Alright. Alright. Feet on the ground. 2 health. 20 health. 95 health. 44 health. What's your next strategy?
There's Valkyries over that base in the bottom right. They're going to be able to
Here
deal with any Calculusks that show up here.
They're going to get licked, though.
Oh, Mutas. Okay, that's a good fairly good scout right there. Mutas are very mineral heavy.
Is being built. It's like a giant crucible of feet.
Where's the diadem being built?
It's in the 4th.
Aha!
Right next to Dad.
There you go, right next to Dad.
I don't know. Is that is in range, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. Oh! The Gosvoleths have arrived.
Yes. So Gosvoleths...
They could destroy those tanks.
Yeah.
You could use them to kill the tanks.
He doesn't know that, but he can do that. The Valkyries would probably be scrambled in such a case.
I don't know. I think seeing your dudes dying to workers would be enough to traumatize you into inaction.
You can see the Gosvoleth is, once they finish constructing, they pop back out of the structures, so... It's like, that's their little tweak that makes them a little bit better.
He's proxying the tanks with circuits. I guess it's...
Yeah, that's kind of like killing them with workers.
Kinda, yeah. Down goes one. Wait for it. Down goes another. Down goes another. Easy clap. Easy clap.
Gosvoleths took care of the business.
Oh, it's flying. The feet have lifted off.
Here we go. The diadem is now being deployed. And it's also being guarded by some Gorgons. So it won't be
He's got to bring all of his sentinels in. The ultimate surround. He's building the Alcagateth just for it to be shot by a diadem.
Well, he's going to see that and think, oh, there's a diadem over there. You know, if it weren't for the Gorgons, you could also attack that with the Gosvoleths, because it doesn't attack air.
It might take a little while to kill it, but...
Yeah, the rest of the army is being contained here as well. Okay, so what does Enoz want to do? Is he going to charge out here and see this? He's stacked all of his air up versus the Valkyries. It's not the best play. He can turn around and fight this now, though, if he focuses down some of the Valks. He's not really going to be able to do that thanks to their high armor values, though there's still 6 of them that remain. Trying desperately to hide.
Get him. Gotta bring him back together.
There is an outside chance that the Gorgons die to their own splash from the diadem. The Valkyries have been chased by the rest of the army, but the air units have all died to the ground army from HelltRYKS. So Enoz is really backed into a corner here. At least he killed the reservoir. And he has a Droleth here. He can expand. Never mind, it died to a Madrigal. I'm too tired. GG. Well, I think it was probably GG anyway. At least we got to see a diadem at the very end. And HelltRYKS will proceed to playoffs in the quarterfinal stage with a record of 2 matches won, 2 matches won, 2 matches lost.
And 1 match, almost won, that he won our hearts with.
Yes, he did win our hearts. That was excellent. Honestly, I think this would be very, very different if Enos had just stuck around in that first match. Because even if HelltRYKS wins in that environment, it's still something that's like, okay, we're talking about a point where we're going off after Equilibrium, we're going into another match, right? But still, opportunities to learn and grow and improve. HelltRYKS' debut, he also got banged out 0-4, so to see him jump into the second tournament that he participated in and get to playoffs must feel good for him. And so that means that he'll be playing another day later on. And what's up, Klongo? It's been a while since I've seen you around here. And yes, indeed, there was indeed a super weapon. And unfortunately, yes, Matt Tigor, there was not a single apostle that did anything other than die, so... Hey, no worries, Enos. You got to learn about the project, and the best way to learn is to play. And you did do a little bit of playing, but, now you kind of know a little bit about what some of the strategies are. Maybe you'll stick around and check out the rest of the tournament matches that we have. If not today, then another time when you can watch them at your leisure, because I know you got to go pretty soon. Thanks for playing in the tournament. And next time around, like I was just saying, HelltRYKS, he got banged out 0-4 from his last run at the tournament. This time around, he makes it in. That could be your story, too, going into the next tournament, which will be in 2 weeks from today. You feel you have no right to win? Listen, HelltRYKS, you almost beat the Shambler. I don't want to hear it. You could have won that game. You could have absolutely stolen the show. But you didn't.
Just imagine if you tilt off Shambler and then just destroy him in every game from there on.
Yeah. You gave him a little bit of a bloody nose, but...
You have to unplug your rudder a few times.
That's all. Do you have any final words for our newcomers who have participated? Or relative newcomers, I guess, because HelltRYKS already played before. But interested in your thoughts on the
I hope the trend of people building their tech structures in random places continues.
Yeah, that's pretty good stuff, honestly. I like that. Big fan of that.
There's definitely some familiar sass going on there. It's entertaining. I think that Enos had generally the right idea of what to do. Maybe just by chance. I think he was sort of unfamiliar with the costs and the tech and stuff. But his compositions were working. It was just he was so far behind economically at that point that it just wasn't enough to pull him out.
So Enos, I'll say ahead of the time, when you originally burrowed your workers to deal with Ahmed, you left 3 of them burrowed the entire game. They remained burrowed even after you left the game. So that really didn't help you, because where you thought you probably should have had a better worker economy, since you might have looked in your top right and seen this number of workers, you had to subtract 3 from that. That was, I guess, subtracting 4, because there was the idle worker in the bottom middle for a couple of minutes as well. Eventually you turned that into a new base, and that was a fine decision, but maybe not while it's idle for so long, right? So those little mistakes that, in isolation, they become bigger mistakes the longer they remain uncorrected. And I think that probably proved a little bit disruptive to your economic state in that particular match.
Yeah, the Drollis were hidden in silly places.
Yeah, it was really hard.
One of them was really easy to spot.
Yeah, there's one above your Hatcherosk, one above your Quazoth, and one in the background, in the shadow of the mineral fields. The way that you can avoid that in future, in terms of just mechanics, is if you hold control and left click on a unit. If it's a burrowed unit, you'll select all burrowed units of that type. So that can save your ass in the future. But yeah, RTS, it's especially Starcraft, especially Cosmonarchy Brew War. It's a game about crisis management. You're trying to figure out what the hell's going on. I think Day 9 said that once. It's pretty,
you gotta keep Shambler typing.
Yes, yeah. If you keep Shambler typing, then maybe that can be a good move. But we also don't want to encourage just constant fucking chat messages in the middle of trying to cast a game. So that also has to be said.
Caspo.
And there you go. So yeah, I'm a fan.
In an hour, so
What'd you say?
We got another group in an hour.
That is true, yeah. So far, they've come well enough in terms of speed and pace, so good to see these matches unfold. Always a good time. And I am a big fan of, especially that Nitro Valley game, but just in general, we got to see some pretty cool antics. Thanks to HelltRYKS for his aggressive Terran play. We hadn't seen that so far, so I really liked the Ahmed charging across the map. That was a good one.
Dude, I like the double stockades in Shambler's base. And it was just too stupid to think there could ever be something like that back there.
I know, yeah.
Why would that ever be there? So just never look.
That's
And
like
in
what you
reality,
do with
there's, like, a
secret
whole base
bases,
being
right?
built.
Yeah, yeah. Or I mean, you did this way back in the day when it was still called Hydra. There was a point where you built like a hatcherosk or a hatchery, as it was called back then, in my base in like a 4v4
Yes.
or something. And I didn't scout it
Yeah.
until super late. Like it didn't. I don't think you won that game, but either way, it was just funny because like now I have to actually pay attention and scout that kind of stuff. So I feel like
Nah, I
HelltRYKS
just
is
did
bringing
proxies
that.
every game.
Yeah, HelltRYKS is bringing that back. That's pretty good. And yeah, I would have to agree with that assessment, since you haven't played too much of the project in general, but you also haven't played too much against other people and 1v1s and stuff. So it makes sense to me why you might struggle a little bit to come through. I think HelltRYKS was actually the same way, where he had played versus AI, but hadn't really played PvP matches before. So him coming into his first tournament, maybe it was expected results. This time around, though, he was able to do some damage, get some games done. And yeah, who knows what's going to happen next. But like Mask said, we do have another group in a short amount of time. I'm going to see who to send the Twitch viewers over to now that we're closing out the stream. And I guess we'll just
Send them
have
to
wait
a
and
hot
see.
tub stream.
Oh, wait, no. Black Man's still streaming, dude. I'll just do that again. That guy's got the best name.
Black man. That's a good name.
He's from Poland, dude. He's
Straight to
Crazy
the
Mountain.
point.
All right, boys. Thanks for watching, and we will be back in about an hour for Group C. See you then.
Smoke weed.